Hello singers! This video, before you watch any further, is a little bit more advanced. Alright, so if you're still struggling to hit some of the notes you want to hit sometimes, and you're still struggling to find your head voice, those kinds of things, skip over this video. We'll get to this later. But for those that have done that, I'm looking at you. For those of y'all that have done that, we're going to go over a little bit of what y'all referred to as growling from my Chris Stapleton video. Had plenty of requests. This video will be short. The other ones I said will be short, then they're long. This one's going to be short, all right? So y'all like my growling. Okay, you've made that very clear. It's very cool. I do want to say, though, you have to learn to walk before you can run. If you ever heard that phrase before, okay? Please, please, please make sure you can sing through a song easily. And I mean sing through a song, not just like, I do a song here and there. No, I want you to be able to really just sit, sing through some songs like, yeah, I can do it. I'm feeling my voice. I'm feeling how things are working. I'm ready to take it to the next level. I want to rock out a little bit more. That's what this is here to do. There's plenty of screaming tutorials. Like I said, y'all called mine growling, which is kind of cool. It's really cool actually. There's a lot of screaming tutorials, distortion, vocal overdrive, whatever you want to call it. I'm here just to show you what I do and to tell you how it works for me. And before we get into that, there's one thing. I want y'all to do two things for me, actually. Two things. As I said in my previous video, I want y'all to get on my website, chriskellervxstudios.com, and book a voice lesson with me. All right, so it's easy to sit back and listen and to watch me just talk into the microphone and kind of talk to myself to show you what I'm doing. But there's little things that you're doing and things you don't realize you're doing that takes just instruction. It takes an instructor to say, hey, you're doing this. Did you know that? And you say, oh, I didn't know that. Or I can say, hey, you're not doing this. I told you to do this. And you said, oh, I didn't know I wasn't doing that. And that's all part of the learning process. That's completely cool. So please don't be afraid. Feel free to take a lesson with me. I teach on Skype. I teach here in Nashville. So get on there and just hit me up. Say, hey, I'm interested in a lesson. My email and contact info is on there. So get on there, hit me up, chriskellervxstudios.com. And also, it'll help me out financially to be able to keep doing these videos. So thank you. So I request that. And my second request is get on my Douglas Warren page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/DouglasWarrenMusic, and like my artist page. The more likes I get on that, I can get out and gig more, which makes it real cool because I can learn how to do things a lot more as well, and I can share more with you too. So the more likes I get on here, the more lessons I get booked, the more videos I'm going to keep putting out for y'all on YouTube. So anyway, those are the two things. On to the growling. So on my last video, I did the tune, my Douglas Warren tune, Every Little Bit. Now at the end of Every Little Bit, if you listen to the track, and if you haven't, listen to the track. It's on my Douglas Warren EP. It's on iTunes, Spotify, here on YouTube. In fact, I'll load my tracks to my Douglas Warren, my Chris Keller VX Studios. I'll load my tracks onto that YouTube channel so you can check those out as well. But this song, Every Little Bit, basically, the end of it, I get a little more rock heavy. So the example here starts off with kind of like the sing-along that the chorus kind of does. Then it goes into a little bit more kind of fun rock out stuff. So here it is. Whoa, 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 every little bit, every little bit. Whoa, 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 every little bit, yeah. Guitar comes in. They're right here. Every little bit, yeah. Every little bit, oh. No. Every little bit, oh. And it just kind of goes on and has some fun with that. I do some crazy like and some crazy that's for another video. We'll do some ridiculously crazy high Skid Row stuff later on. But so that growl sound, that every little bit, oh, that kind of thing, every little bit. You can do with really any song. Now, my approach to that, like I said, I'm going to keep this quick. My approach to that, one, is I try not to tense up. I try not to, it's just hard. I'm almost out of water here. That's not good. I can't even give you a lot of examples of how to do it wrong because it hurts. It's not fun to do. But how to do it right, airflow. Airflow, 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 airflow. If you cannot sing with air flowing, if you always tense up when you sing and do these kinds of things a lot, it's going to be more difficult to find your rasp, your growl. So first things first, airflow, 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 airflow. Once again, did I mention airflow? Keep the air moving. Two, same thing I actually say with almost everything, focus on the lyrics. Lyrics as well. The growl itself, I won't lie, it's harder to do if I'm not vocally in shape, or if I haven't sung much for a couple weeks. It's more difficult to do. I find it's easier if my voice feels broken in, if I've sung a lot the past several days. It starts almost kind of happening. And I think a lot of it comes from the confidence in where the voice sits. I've been singing a lot. I'm going to go for this note and see what happens. So the mindset is confidence. Okay. So airflow, the lyric itself, confidence. Now, as far as the technical side of it, I don't try to do it from here. I don't try to squeeze. Hey, I kind of get it breathy almost first. Every little bit, yeah. Every little bit, yeah. Then I kind of start adding just a little bit of voice. Every little bit, every little bit. It's a little bit of that. It's not dry though. It's not dry. It's not low. And I don't have pain. If you growl, it's a little bit of that. More in the pharyngeal area, if y'all know what the pharyngeal is, which is why I said a little bit more advanced. That's the area that's behind the nose. There's a little chamber in here. And it's not directly behind the nose, it's further back. It's along the back of the pharyngeal wall in the back of the throat. It kind of creates a C shape around the soft palates right there. It has this shape right here. So instead of gurgling from here, it's kind of that gurgle feel almost, but you're still keeping it in here. Okay? And once again, you got to keep the breath moving. Hey! 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 And it starts getting a little more raspy, a little more fun to do, a little more Robert Plant-ish. And y'all know I love myself some Robert Plant. Love myself some Zeppelin. You can obviously hear that influence in my music. Anyway, I exhale, I relax, I keep the air moving. Every little bit, I say it a little hard, a little gargly. Every little bit, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Every little bit, whoa, whoa, whoa. Every little bit, yeah. I'm just kind of going for it. No, every little bit, baby. Whatever, however you want to end it. I'm being cheesy right now. I take that back. I'd probably do that live, but it is cheesy. Let's be real here. But once you kind of get in the spot, hey, heavy. Once you kind of get there, it wants to keep coming, and it feels good. And I said lyrically, I said, focus on the lyrics, and obviously I just did a no, and I said like a lazy baby. No, baby. But notice when I go down, baby, I keep it right there when it clears up a little bit. Baby. I kind of go in more of that squealy voice. baby, but then I still keep the air flowing. Baby. Okay, so I would recommend, once again, getting the breath moving, airflow, 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 airflow. Take a couple words. Have some confidence. You gotta have confidence. Go a little higher than maybe you're used to. If your voice is in pain, if it hurts, stop. Stop. I'm not a doctor. I just teach vocals. I teach people how to sing. I've yet to have a student say anything I taught them had any issues with their voice. Yeah, don't do that. I don't want an email like that. That would be horrible. So if there's any pain whatsoever, just stop. I will say though, when I first learned how to do it, I went through a few stages of, oh, that was painful, that wasn't painful. A lot of experimentation. A lot of experimentation. And if I look where I'm at now versus where I was when I was doing that old Zeppelin video with my buddy Chris on guitar, that Whole Lot of Love video, you can hear a lot more compression in my voice. And it sits a little heavier, and I like to think I've improved a lot since then, and I have a lot more control over my voice since then. And I think most of that comes from experience, but even more than that is not over compressing. So if you can do it with that breathy tone, it won't be nearly as hard to add that grit you're looking for, that growl. It takes time. Don't expect it to come instantly. Also, make sure your voice is in shape. Make sure you've been singing a good 3 or 4 days. I'm talking a good 3 or 4 not 3 or 4 hours, but I had those days. A good solid almost hour a day. If you can sing a good solid hour a day, you've been doing it for a few days, you're like, I want to start getting some rasp in my voice. I want to start trying some rock stuff. Start trying it. Start trying it. But don't push it. Don't rush it. Don't hurt yourself. Breathe. Lots of air. Once again, I can't stress that enough. Airflow, airflow, airflow. Keep it moving, sigh into it, try your best not to compress. If it's an O, open your mouth. Whoa! Okay, you don't want it to be whoa, that's gonna compress it. Whoa, yeah! Same thing with a yeah. Yeah, yeah! You want to keep it open. The more open your mouth is, the better. Every little bit, oh! I'm keeping my mouth open as much as possible, okay? So, airflow, focus on the word, relax, just have some confidence, have some oomph, go for it. I think if you really, really, really make sure the air is flowing okay, you have a much slimmer, much smaller, much tinier, I don't know a good word, but there's a less of a chance that you're going to hurt yourself, okay? Maybe do it a few times, this feels good, be like, okay, stop. Maybe come back to it the next day. Don't rush it. It's never something that's going to come like this. And I know there's a million how to scream videos on YouTube. I remember working with Melissa Cross up in Manhattan, and amazing lesson, by the way. In fact, a lot of the stuff she taught me, and we discussed and went over, are some of the things that I kind of took and understood, and I teach today. Actually, I teach from all the vocal coaches I've learned from. But she is known as the Queen of Scream. If you ever see her videos, I think they're the DVDs she was selling. They've been around for a little bit. But she really talks a lot about the vocal fry. And when you vocal fry, make sure you have that breath flowing. It's very easy to get tight with your vocal fry, and it just doesn't feel good. I call that the ET voice. ET phone home. That's a tight sound. That's not fun. A very breathy, relaxed vocal fry, kind of like first thing in the morning. Hi, how are you? It's the first thing in the morning. I've had some allergies, but I know if I do this, my voice starts feeling more relaxed and being able to speak that way. And then you can start adding notes. It's kind of cool to do. I don't know if my allergies will allow me to do that for you right now, but on another day, maybe I'll show you. We'll do a vocal fry video or something. But anyway. So that's it. That's what I do. And I won't lie, it takes a bit. You have to be very warmed up, and If I do like a 4-hour set, usually about an hour and a half into it is when I start doing a little more of that because I know I'm warmed up. I'm hydrated, lots of water. I'm feeling good. I don't have a sore throat or anything because that can cause damage as well. So, but yeah, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. So that's your intro to growling. So enjoy. Get on my website, chriskellervxstudios.com. Get on there, read some of my stuff, book a lesson. I'd love to work with you. And get on my Facebook, Douglas Warren, facebook.com/Douglas Warren Music. And like my page. The more likes I get, the more I can get out and sing some more shows and sing myself and learn more and teach y'all some more. So anyway, appreciate it. We'll catch y'all soon. Take care.